And Rising.
It's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, for an Xbox showcase.
Check. Check your body. Let me see if my.
Yeah, I mean, for an Xbox showcase.
There we go. Okay. I guess one thing I can't do, I had to look down at the chat. If we get anybody watching.
Oh, there's 2 people here, so. Hello.
That's probably just me and you. But it's fine.
No, I'm not on the page.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
So let me. I just want to make sure that. Where's Holly? Holly.
Hello, Governor.
Hello.
I was in
And here I thought I would be the last one here.
Sorry, I'm actually working right now, and so I may actually have to like turn off camera and stuff slightly for,
No, you're good. You're good.
Pretty good.
You know what? In that case, let me blow me up. And I'll just be me. And you guys just be you.
Is anyone on the Xbox camp going to be dressing up as Indiana Jones like MBG was with Metal Gear Solid? Nope.
Did you see MBG's post I sent, Red? It's wild.
No. Tell me.
No, sorry, ACG. Sorry. And
Yeah. That it's funny. I was gonna send that to you guys. Not that post, but he posted a few days ago. And I was like, "See, I'm not the only one getting hit by these storms." And all it was like a tree down, and he didn't have power for like 2 days at that time. And so yeah, he got hit really bad, which is crazy. Hopefully, it's not 1 to 2 weeks like he's saying, but prayers to him, man. That sucks so bad.
Alright, so we're all watching from the main Xbox channel. That way we're not overlapping each other, hopefully. Depends on our internet.
oh yeah, so remind me. Okay, camera, that's not right. My eyes are up here.
What? Your camera's like, hello. Let's see.
And my earbuds are dead. So also maybe halfway through I might switch to my earbuds, but we shall see.
Okie doke. Oh boy. A lot of people in the chat. Silk Song, Oblivion Remaster, Gears of War
I dipped
Collection.
in to say hi to Damarco.
The traitor. We have like 4 or 5 months until June. We'll figure it out by then.
Oh yeah, so the deal is, because I screwed it up last time, turn on the Xbox stream, right? And watch the Xbox feed. Right? Because remember, I was like ahead or behind or ahead or...
Yeah, we're all watching the main Xbox channel for the live stream. No IGN is allowed here on this podcast.
Good to see you. Good to see your name and your color name. What's up, bro? Thanks for being here as always. He says I have no service and I keep getting kicked. I'm pissed. We're good on my end so far, so hopefully you can get your service. Watch along with us. Why did that just pop up?
Umbira.
If he can't, I'm not going to be offended if he can't. Like, he wants to watch the main show, then his choice.
Yeah. And since ACG is gone for a few weeks, I'll be the new ACG for a little while. Is this good?
Oh boy. Is this good content? Let us know.
Is this good content? Oh, God, as I choke. He's strangling me with a choke, force choke across the... From Oregon.
Is what choke?
Force choke? What did I say?
I don't know what you said.
Okay.
So I took a risk today. I was only going to go get my shoes, but then I remembered, Prince of Persia comes out today. So pick that up. And I got Tomb Raider and Control as well.
Didn't it have early access, actually? Like, because I think some people have already been playing it, right? If you bought the deluxe
I
or
actually don't
something
know. Oh, you know me, I don't do
choke.
digital.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, screw digital only. And screw what Ubisoft said.
Digital only be life.
Artichoke.
Yeah,
Yes.
I know how you feel. It launched on the 15th. Yeah, well, you know what, Umbra? Not everyone does digital.
It was only for the... I think it was only for the digital. I think it was only for the digital that it did.
Hey, Sergeant Central Gaming could stop by.
I was.
Okay.
I was definitely laughing at you.
I was like, I'm just not that cool. I cannot actually see anything. Sergeant Sentinel, what's up, man? Yes, I hope you're doing well too. I hope you're excited.
Are you doing that cheaty cheat? Yeah.
I'm waiting for this to start so that way I can go full screen and not have to hover over. Because I have to hover over to bring me up.
Right.
Yeah.
Damarco has a cool diamond for his.
By the way, I don't know if you both know, but I finished Alan Wake last night.
The first one? The remaster?
Mm-hmm.
What'd you think?
That's awesome, dude.
Definitely a 8.5 or a 9 out of 10.
What? That's good.
Ironically, the thing that brought it down was the combat. It was a little bit too janky for my taste, but that's
the combat's
gameplay
bad.
is not the most. Gameplay is not what's
in the
most
second one.
important to me. It's better in the second one.
Combat, to me,
Yeah,
is better in the first one. But it's just not, it's just not my style. But the game is actually, like, the story and stuff is fantastic. It's really
Jonas, what's up, man? We wanted to get you in here. I don't know if you want to hop in, but
Jonas.
And shout out to anyone here that's new. If you're hiding in the chat, welcome. Hit the like button if you like the nothing that's happening right now.
Did we tweet?
We tweet. We did tweet.
Yay.
I just forgot to tell you.
Alright, now let me try to. In chat, I'm just testing things, so I'm sorry if things were really, really loud. Let me turn it down. I know it's really loud. I'm sorry.
Alright, the timer just started on the main channel.
Yeah, I'm at 30 seconds.
Come on.
Woo, man, it's loud.
Oh, I'm still behind you, Red. Oh.
Here, let me, that should be better.
This sucks. Oh, I'm only 3 seconds behind. That's fine.
Alright, chat, just update me on the volume as we go along here. So that way I know.
Here we go.
Alright. Who are they starting off first? Please, compulsion to Double Fine show up, please.
Oh, Double Fine. I love season 1.
It's been a while since we heard from Tim Schafer and the team there. Ooh, sandwich.
Bitch! You hungry?
Yep, got my sandwich right next to me.
Hi, Jonas.
Hey, Joan.
Hola.
I'm just testing something, chat. So if I go unfull screen, I'm just trying to not mess everything up. Nope, it didn't work. Perfect.
Wait,
Okay.
what? Huh. Oh!
Avowed first?
Avowed comes
Welcome
first.
to Obsidian Entertainment. I'm so proud to share with you our upcoming fantasy action RPG,
Zerkar must
Avowed.
be very confident in this.
Avowed is an adventure into the heart of the living lands, a frontier at the edge of the known world, where you must put a stop to a mysterious spiritual plague and
Hey,
discover
Donnie.
a secret at the heart of the living lands.
Yo, Donnie.
At Obsidian, we love
Hey, Donnie.
creating worlds with deep themes,
Whoa.
dynamic gameplay, and thoughtful reactivity. And Avowed
This does not
was
look
no
like what they
different.
showed last
Ooh.
year.
We set out to blend the believable and fantastical to give players a world and experience like no other. It's colorful, it's vibrant, it's strange. It's one of the most incredible settings in the world of Aora. There's going to be a lot of great secrets to discover, one of which has a really personal connection to you as the player character, and you're going to have a great time getting to know those secrets and leaving your mark on the world.
This has such a
And when
Bethesda
it comes to encounters,
Starfield
our
vibe.
combat brings the best of the moment-to-moment fun that comes with action-oriented gameplay and
It's fun
the
you
depth
say
and
that
breadth of
Obsidian,
choice that
they
you get
don't
with an
want
RPG.
to be like Bethesda.
Here to talk more about Avowed's combat is Gabriel Paramo, gameplay director.
Here at Obsidian, our team's overarching goal
Whoa.
is to empower you with
What?
choice. So we
Ooh,
developed
yay,
a flexible combat system that allows you to quickly swap from spellcasting and sharpshooting to melee combat. We want to give you the freedom to mix and match your loadout to fit the way you want to play from moment to moment, uninterrupted. For all battles, you can combine a variety of weapons, attacks, and abilities for tactical advantages against a wide range of enemy types. It's not just hacking and slashing. You're making real-time decisions about when to use your abilities, powerful melee attacks, blocks, parries, and special attacks. If you choose to approach combat with a one-handed
Oh.
wand, it feels quick and snappy when dealing damage to enemies at
interesting.
mid-range.
Two-handed.
Using the Tanglefoot ability, you can stop enemies in their tracks, giving you the opportunity to focus on weaker or tougher combatants in an intentional and controlled manner. It's important to pay attention to the types of enemies you're dealing with. Some units are extremely defensive, some are brutishly difficult, and others you must make sure you prioritize or their healing capabilities will put you in a tough spot. To help with the different encounters you will face, we provide customizable loadouts that can be quickly switched during combat. That means you can play however you want. Equip a sword and shield and charge into battle. Dual-wield pistols and control the encounter mid-range. Or even dual-wield wands to feel like a gunslinging mage. You could use your enchanted wand to freeze enemies, and then use your offhand weapon's power attack to shatter them.
Oh, that's cool.
We've worked hard to keep you constantly
Wow.
engaged as battles unfold by creating a balance between pressure and manageability during combat.
Players will have ample choices for how to build and progress their envoy in the world of the living lands as they get to know the game and the story and explore the many diverse regions. Some quests in Avowed will have you make difficult decisions with profound consequences. Like this side
I'm sorry,
quest you
Jet.
may
I'm
encounter
trying
in
to.
Shatterscarp, the third
I
region
keep
you'll
hitting
explore
tab
on your
because I have
journey
to
through the
hover
living
over something
lands.
for
As
my,
you're
for my
exploring,
screen to
you
pop
come
up,
across
and
the
I
bodies
cannot
of
get
these
the
fallen
stupid tab to
soldiers.
go away.
And as you explore the remains of the battle, it's up to you to determine who, if anyone, is at fault.
Just the four of us. Manu, Kiri, Naoki, and me. Training under
Like
Captain
detective stuff?
Reed, trying to keep Thirdborn safe.
In other words, you're a gang of vigilantes.
Ooh, look at the UI.
Not that I'm one to judge.
Here. Take my badge. Take everyone's. Our families deserve to know we fought and died for them.
Making the right choice isn't always what it seems. We embrace moral nuance and gray areas, trusting players to make tough decisions in complicated situations.
My squad and I rested in the cave by the water last night, and as we were sleeping, we were ambushed by those miserable Zorips. I was so surprised, and it was so dark. I just got separated from everyone else. Look, I can't face those monsters alone, but I have to know if anyone else made it out. Of course he did. Sergeant Asui never has a thought he won't say out loud. So what did he tell you? That Captain Ruiki was sick? That I was paranoid? That I was a dumb baby?
This isn't a knock
I
against
heard it all
Starfield.
often and loud.
But how is it that Obsidian
Wait, if you
did
found
better
Sergeant
facial
Asui, why
animations
is he
than
not
they
here
did?
with you?
You're
What
You're
happened?
crazy.
At the end of the quest, you
This
have a
looks-
choice. When you confront Private
I'll
Naoki,
wait
if you
to give my
believe the
thoughts.
story
This
he's told
is,
you, you can hand over the badges and let him go back home.
You're right. Real battle isn't something you can prepare for, is it? It's not my fault. No, they should have never have camped in the cave. I'll take the badges. I'm going back to Third Born.
But if you confront him, if you believe that he fled the site of the battle as an act of cowardice, then he might challenge you to a fight to reclaim his honor. Either way, when you return to town, you'll see the consequences of your actions and the choices you made during this quest. Creating an immersive experience like Avowed is anchored in the world we build. Art director Matt Hansen and the team have worked to create a unique, colorful, and dynamic visual style.
From the outset, we knew that we wanted Avowed setting to feel rich, weird, and wonderful. We found inspiration in a Avowed setting to feel rich, weird, and wonderful.
I'm sorry, chat. I am
We found
fucking this whole thing
inspiration
up.
in
I'm
a
getting really
wide
frustrated
swath
with this,
of real-world
I don't know
cultures,
why my camera
helping
just
us
keeps
create a
going off, but
unique
whatever.
RPG experience. By contrasting the vibrant with the dull, or verdant spaces with sickly ones, we can better deliver complex emotional experiences for our players. The Living Lands is a continent of untamed valleys with widely varied biomes, from luxuriant forests to volcanic wastes. And each of those regions itself is a conflux of storied landscapes. All of the regions have a lot of special things associated with them, but I have a deep place in my heart for Shatterscarp. As you're wandering the wastes of Shatterscarp, you might notice off in the distance a vibrant jewel of color. By transitioning from destitute, muted tones of a wasteland of sand and marching in towards a beautiful oasis, there's the opportunity there for life, for adventure, and even a little danger.
We hope you've enjoyed this look at Avowed. We're thrilled to share more about the game in the coming months, and we can't wait for you to explore the Living Lands when Avowed launches this fall.
This fall. They said this fall.
Fall. Alright. So Q3 or Q4.
So is this the October game? September? Ooh, I love that artwork.
Oh, wow.
That artwork is gorgeous.
Is that going to be the box art?
Fall.
All 2024.
Chat,
Game
what y'all
Pass.
think about that?
I liked it. Alright, who's
Ninja
next?
Probably Oxide.
Ninja.
Hellblade 2 time. Alright. Alright, Ninja Theory, what do you got for us? Hopefully a date.
I'm
Yeah.
so mad I cannot see my whole screen. I don't know how to get this. I don't know how to like to deal with this. That's fine. Something always has to
Hi,
go wrong
I'm
during
Dom
the live stream.
Matthews, studio head here at Ninja Theory in Cambridge, UK. We're now in the final months of development on
Hey,
Senua's
Dom.
saga
It's been a
Hellblade
while.
2, and the team is working hard to bring you an unforgettable journey into Senua's unique world and her battle for survival, where we have once again combined high fidelity and immersive presentation with a shorter, narrative-led experience that focuses on the things that we really care about, and that we hope you care about too.
You see how small you are. Do you see how the pitiless world stamps you down?
Senua is back with a new quest. She wants to stop the Vikings who raided her village right at their source, in Iceland. But not just her quest has changed. Senua herself has grown since the first Hellblade. She's made peace with her past and is no longer in such fear of her visions and voices. While the Furies are still her constant companions, she encounters new people along the way, some of which will value her unique perspective, and others who will reject it.
Little by little,
This settlement became my tribe.
In the game, Senua arrives in 10th century Iceland on the trail of the Vikings who have been enslaving her people. In the story, we're trying to be as faithful to history as we can up to a point, establishing a solid framework and then building more surreal elements on top. Senua will face up to giants who have plunged the land into chaos, and which in turn has seen the rise of the Droiga, a violent threat that has swept through the settlements that she'll discover. Senua will make new enemies and also new allies who will come to see her unique perspective as a beacon of hope. And she'll discover, along with us, how this viewpoint can have its advantages.
Senua is a Celtic warrior who experiences psychosis, seeing things that other people don't, hearing voices, and having unique beliefs about the world around her. To bring Senua's perspective of the world to life in a truthful way, we have once again worked closely with Professor Paul Fletcher at the University of Cambridge, as well as people with lived experience of psychosis.
What does that mean? It's terrifying.
Players will find themselves traversing beautiful and hostile environments, seeking answers from patterns and signs that Senua sees in her own unique way, and battling through encounters with enemies that will push Senua to her limits.
On Saga, we've taken everything to the next level. With a new motion capture space, a bigger stage team, a stunt crew, and a new cast.
We spent a lot of time planning the motion capture shoots, thinking of what events would be good to bring into this fight. Like, how can we make this fight feel different from the previous
This is
fight?
a very big upgrade from the first
We
game.
have all new combat for the sequel. One of our key goals was the ability to actually tell a story throughout it. It does feel very different from the first game, but it's very brutal and you're very invested in it. Senua isn't a superhero. She's fighting for survival, and we want the player to feel her struggle in every step of her journey.
I know, dude, that's what I'm like. Ooh.
We want the player to always feel like they just scraped through, just survived it.
Wait, what did Umber say?
He just said the visuals were insane.
Mel knows Senua better than anyone, better than I do. Her instincts are amazing, and she really doesn't need much help from me. On stage, our main focus is storytelling. So I get to watch the actors and see all the beautiful expressions on their faces. And then I have to wait a little while, and then I get to see that all again, in-game, in costume, on location, everything. It's a great experience, a great process.
Every discipline in the studio is unified in achieving a deep level of immersion to help suspend your disbelief and pull you into Senua's story. We were lucky enough to do a few reference gathering trips in Iceland. You have to be there. The sense of scale, everything
I
is
just want to take a
incredible.
swim in that water.
And you see a scene or you see a small section of the game and you're like, yeah, that works, that's amazing.
Senua experiences reality differently, and a part of this manifests in the voices she hears.
She will collapse. She will collapse.
These voices come to life through binaural audio, which provides a good representation of this type of auditory hallucinations. As we focus in immersion, binaural audio is perfect for this because through headphones, you surround yourself in a three-dimensional space. In the first game, we only applied to the voices that Senua listens in her head. In this game, through spatial audio technology and some extra little things within the game, there is music that is binaural. Every single sound has the potential to be binaural, so everything is spatialized around you, and it's a very beautiful experience.
What will they do to her? What will we do to us?
Music is a strange language in the sense that it speaks to our emotions fast and deep. It's not only about quality, it's about personality. So when you listen to Hellblade, you know it's Hellblade. On the music, we are working with Heilung, which for me is a personal privilege because I really admire them. we feel their craft, their depth, their meaning in the music. It really connects with our game and elevates it to something really special. We are also
that's what they
working
played
with
at
heavy
the
metal
Game
singer,
Awards. That
throat
was awesome.
singers, and our very own purists. They sing
was
so
beautiful.
beautiful, and we add that binaural touch of music. So this all creates a very immersive and a very special and unique experience.
Our mission here at Ninja Theory is to craft life-changing art with game-changing tech. And that's our aim in Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, is to not only see where Senua goes next, but to deliver something really meaningful for our players.
My hope is that they will really connect to Senua as a character, and even if they can't really relate to what she's going through, maybe they know someone that relates to that character and they can then understand that person better.
Well, I don't want to sound cheesy, but in a way I'm Senua, right? She exists and doesn't. It exists through all of our work, through every ninja. So we all are Senua, and we are creating this character that grows and grows and grows and grows and keep growing and keep changing. So that makes it real.
I'm so proud of
I
the
like
love,
that guy.
care, and passion
I do
our
too.
team here at
I wanna
Ninja
give him
Theory
a
are
hug.
putting into
Same here.
Senua's Saga
Great.
Hellblade 2. Our hope
Sing
is to
them a
not
song.
only create a game that is great to play, but to craft an experience
Just
that
can't
leaves
get
you
over it.
thinking and feeling.
Is this
From
Ninja
our
Theory's
combat
new
gameplay
studio that they
through to
built
our
up, or did
action
they
set
upgrade
pieces,
their old
from our
one?
cinematic scenes to
This
our
is-
puzzle
this
solving,
studio's a lot bigger than
everything
when
is
we last saw
crafted
it.
in service of Senua's journey, a journey that you
There
can
you go,
embark
May
on
21.
on May 21st.
Yes.
Rumor was true.
May 21st. Finally, we
Finally,
got
a
our
date.
first game in May.
May the 4... I don't know.
That means we won't see it in June, but who cares?
Ara's next.
Hope maybe.
Oh.
Wait, what?
Uh,
Unknown user.
Todd?
Wait, what?
Well, a
Huh?
Square Enix game?
Square Enix? What? What are we? What? Excuse me.
I don't know what that art
What's
was.
Square
but
Enix doing here?
Greetings,
isn't-
Xbox players. My
looks like
name
Power.
is Masaru Oyamada,
Yeah.
producer for the Mana series here at
Is this for
Square
Visions of
Enix.
Mana?
Visions of Mana?
聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナの情報を Xbox ユーザーの皆さんにいち早くお伝えできる機会をい
First
ただき
stars.
大変光栄です。コンソールゲームとしては約17年ぶりとなる聖剣伝説シリーズの完全新作。聖剣伝説シリーズは1991年にファイナルファンタジー外伝として誕生して以降、
I
マ
guess
ナと
everybody
聖
was
剣を
wrong.
めぐって描かれる愛をテーマに、個性豊かなキャラクターたち、心に響く楽
Have you
曲の
played
数
these
々、
Assassin?
武器の特性を生かして戦
I have
う
not.
アクション RPG と
But
し
if
て、
Microsoft
こ
is
れま
getting
でに
so
7
many.
作発売され、
Look at all these.
長らく愛されてきました。
Yeah, Miles Dompierre has been wanting
本
Mana to
作
come to
は
Xbox
30
for
年以
years.
上の歴史あるシリーズの最新作とな
Yeah,
る
I'm
た
with
め、
you,
こ
Mona.
れまで
If-
培わ
if
れてきた
Micro- if
聖剣伝
Microsoft
説
has
としての
the
世界を
marketing
し
rights
っかり
to
感じられるものを目指して
Mana, I'll
鋭意
get
制
the
作
series
中
on
です。
Xbox.
フィールドでは自然や精霊とのつながりを感じられる色彩豊かな聖剣伝
This
説の
looks
世
like
界を
something I
体
would
験し
play
てもらえ
before
る
I
と思
played
いま
Final
す。
Fantasy, though.
シリーズおなじみのモンスターたちも本作に登場しています。
I'm just saying, in pecking order, this would come
Oh,
before
right.
Final Fantasy. Like,
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. Japanope.
今
Right.
回これらのおなじみのモンスターたちを作り出し
First stars, you know,
た
he says.
聖剣伝説の
Bro, I had no
リ
idea
ー
they
ダ
made
ー石井浩一さんと共に
17 different
聖剣伝説
I
ビ
did
ジョンズ・オ
not
ブ・
either.
マナ
I
の
thought
内
it
容
was
を
just the
紹介し
three
てい
in
きた
that
いと思います
package that they released a couple years
Hello,
back.
I am Koichi Shi
Nice
from
jacket,
Gretz.
bro.
I am so happy
Dude.
to introduce the
No one
newest
told me that
game
Square Enix
in the Mana
developers
series
had a lot of
to
drip.
Xbox
What the hell?
players. 初期の頃からシリーズ作品に登場しているモンスターたちは私が考案したものですが、中には小学生の頃すでにイメージができていたものもあります。
Yeah.
今作では初めは
call him Mr.
ドット
I
か
know.
らスター
I
ト
know.
した
I'm
モンスタ
gonna
ー
play
たちを
Visions
ど
of
のよう
Mana,
な
but are
形
you
で
two going
最
to?
新化して聖剣伝説ビ
No.
ジョンズ・オブ・マナに落とし込むか、デザインの方向性からモデルの完成イメージまでを監修する立場でプロジェクトに参加しました。
Ollie, what about you?
what?
聖剣伝説ファイナルファンタジー外伝を作っていた頃から
If it was in Game Pass, I would try it because the little characters are cute.
生き生きと動いて、これまで自分が携わった作品ではそれらをどうやって当時の技術で表現できるかにこだわって作ってきました。最新作では聖剣伝説モンスターたちがただ可愛いだけではなく恐ろしさの部分もしっかりと表現できているので、
It would be really smart if they got a few of the Square Enix games to come to Game
これま
Pass
で
to
聖剣伝説シリーズに
build
は
support
空を
for
旅する
these
海を
types
渡
of
る手
games
助けをしてくれる
in the
頼もしい
ecosystem
仲
they
間
have
た
to
ちがい
do.
ましたが、今作には広大なフィールド探検に欠かせない新たな仲間が登場します。
It's
陸上を
cute.
猛スピードで
I
駆
want
け
to
回っ
ride
て
the
くれる
big
ピックル
black floofer.
ピックルも石井さんが新たに考案
That's
してく
actually
ださっ
right.
ています。
That's canon.
So cute.
They're floofers.
新たな仲間を考えるにあたっては、今作のマスコットキ
Like
ャ
how
ラクターに
everybody,
な
when
る
we
く
were
らい
talking about a
可愛
fifth
い
game, we
動
were
物に
all
したい
talking
と
about
いう漠然とした
Xbox
思
first
いがあり
party.
ました。
None of us thought Square Enix.
その上で、ヨークシャテリアの毛並み、見た目はアルマジルによく似た仙山港や古代エジプト神のアヌビスの子供といった
technically you were right.
具体的なイメージが浮かんできて、
I know.
それぞれの特徴を取り入れなが
Like
らラフデザイ
Just
ンを
not
改良
first,
しまし
only
た。
first party anymore.
You're tiny. What
デ
are
ザイ
you
ナーにもアイデアを出してもらいながら、足の長
Why
さ
was he
や
doing?
丸まった時のイメージなど、ゲームの
Oh
中
my
で見え方も考えながら調整を重ねていくピックルは誕生しました。
Yo, Donnie!
もう一つの挑戦は楽曲面です。過去さまざまなコンポーザーが携わられた楽曲の雰囲気が感じられつつも、最新作として素晴らしい新たな楽曲が生まれました。
The game's gotta be close if they're showing it
BGM
here.
でもしっかり聖剣伝説シリーズらしさを感じてもらえると思います。過去シリーズの楽曲を手掛けたクリエイターたちが全100曲という大ボ
The
リ
thing
ュー
is,
ムの
if
制
they
作に
actually do a
挑んで
shadow
くれまし
drop
た。
after and then they come out, they're like, we were just
新
kidding.
た
Here
な
it
試
is.
みと
Then
し
we'll
て
never
フィー
believe
ルド
them
の探
again.
索
So
か
I
ら
really don't
バトル
think
まで
there is
を
going to.
シ
There
ーム
really
レ
is
スに
not
体
going to
験
be
で
a
きるよ
shadow
う
drop.
今作
I
で
don't
は
think there is.
インタラクティブ
I
ミ
don't
ュー
think
ジ
there
ッ
is
クを
either.
導入しており、
There's
冒
no
険の
way.
没入感を
All of
高め
these
てくれ
games
ま
were
す。
too big to shadow
探
drop.
索中の BGM がバトルに入った瞬間、アレンジが切り替わる様を実際に聞いてみましょう。
Did you say Kitty?
That's actually some pretty good
今
music.
作はアクション RPG 聖剣伝説のアクション部分が強化されています。空中でのアクションがバトルの鍵となっており、武器での攻撃だ
I'm
け
gonna
で
be
なく
honest.
魔法での攻撃も可能になっています。
I would honestly put Visions
そ
of
して
Mana above
本
Avowed,
作ならではの
but
特
that's
徴とし
just me.
て、聖剣伝説シリーズではおなじみの精霊たちがいますが、その力を宿した武器を使うとバトルを手助けしてくれるよう
But
に
pretty
な
much both
り
of them
ま
are
す。
above Starfield for me.
精霊によっては様々な
Shut
特
up.
性
You're
の
trying
違
to
いがあり
trigger
ま
me
すの
now.
で、
I'm not gonna
その
fall for
効果とともに聖剣伝説の世界らしい
At least
不思議な
you're
力
smarter
で
than Damarco
爽
on that
快
end.
なバトルを楽しんでいただけます。
Alright, I'll stop.
オリジナルモ
I
ンス
like
タ
all
ー
of these games
ピッ
equally.
クルにも注目してほしいのです。
Alright.
聖剣
There
伝
you
説
go.
の
So Drippy's
マナー
back, baby.
聖剣伝説ら
Be
し
the
さを
politician.
感じてもらえる作品になるよう、小山田君を中心にチームのみんなが頑張って作ってくれていますので、ぜひ発売日を楽しみに待っていてください。私自身もプレイするのを楽しみにしていま
They
す。
still have 20 minutes.
聖剣伝
23
説
minutes.
シリーズとして初めて Xbox ユーザーの皆さんにお届けする本作聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナは今後も様々な情報をお届けしていきますので、ぜひ
I don't
ご
think
期
they're
待
gonna
ください。
spend 13 minutes
この
on
夏
Aura, but who
この
knows?
忘れられない冒険を Xbox ユーザーの皆さんに楽しんでいただける日が今から待ちきれません。
Summer.
Summer, okay.
Whoa, it's exclusive?
No, it's not.
It's probably like
No,
how
it's
PlayStation
not.
just puts PlayStations, but it's on everything.
Alright.
Yeah.
Well, I love it now then.
Imagine if it was exclusive.
Here you go, Holly. I want to be wrong about this. I haven't really seen anything, so I hope that it catches me.
Marco likes what he's
Do
seen.
you like Age of Empires?
Oh my god, yeah, that's my favorite RTS. Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Then you're gonna
Welcome
like
to Outside
this.
Games.
Oh,
We founded the
shit.
studio in
Alright.
2013 with our decades of personal experience building some of the most beloved strategy games of all time, like Civilization V. We came together to create something new and innovative in a genre we all love.
Oh, wait.
Ara History Untold
The
is the
colors
game
are
we
beautiful.
dreamt of making.
You build like a whole
Ara
ass
is
city
an
though?
homage to historical
Yeah,
gamers,
it's like it's like
strategy
Civilization
gamers,
and
4X gamers. It features all the depth
Okay,
and gameplay fans
I
of the
didn't know
genre
that.
love,
See?
where you'll explore the
Look
world,
how cool this
expand
is.
your nation,
What the
govern your people,
fuck?
and
Okay.
engage
You
with
didn't
rivals on
listen
the
to me at
international
all when I
stage.
talked
I
about this
didn't.
for like
Isn't just
5
more of the
minutes.
same.
No,
You
I
didn't
mean,
even
I
listen
did.
to
I
me or
just didn't
DeMarco
believe
when we
you.
talked about it
Preconceived
before.
notions about the
You just
genre,
didn't believe me.
pushing
All right.
forward a
That's
modern,
fair.
empowering,
That's fair.
and truly compelling and approachable way.
For example, we have over 100 instruments on display in the office, which are all things that we purchased in order to add to the soundtrack and expand the game and make it really good.
That was funny.
Hi, Dan. That's Dan. We started in his basement.
I like how
It's
they
been
kept
an
that
amazing
in.
process to see from
They just
concept
kept
to
that in.
completion.
Oh, that's
We
my kind
started
of humor.
small,
Just leave
building
it
a
flowing.
robust game engine, questioning our design assumptions, and prototyping out features, rediscovering what made us fall in love with strategy games in
Okay.
the first place.
The end
Strategy's
result
my
is
least favorite
Ara,
genre, but
a
even this looks
historical
good to
grand
me.
strategy game that presents a living world where you can
I
rule
really
how
wanna
you
play
want to
this.
rule and chart your own path to becoming the most prestigious nation on the planet.
For Ara, we knew we needed deep systems with outcomes that encourage exploration and give players the power to experiment and make meaningful strategic choices while still having agency over their playstyle.
We also wanted to explore more in different parts of history and give players from around the world the chance to see the game reflect their unique perspective and not just ours.
Oh, his hair is amazing.
And finally, we knew that for players to feel the impact of their decisions, they would need to see their choices
that's
reflected in the
Drip
game
son.
world itself, not just in the numbers on a menu. One of the first
Look at the
differences
same
you'll
hair and
see
everything.
when you dive into Ara is what we call the living world.
Just less moose.
It's a procedurally generated
Yeah.
alternate Earth, bursting with life. An intuitive, authentic, and immersive space, a blank canvas for players to paint the society of their dreams.
The living world isn't just a map. It reflects the
believe
choices
this is
players
their
make over
second
the
game.
course of the game. They can see everything from the settling of the wilderness to cultural influence on architecture over time to the
Shit.
thousands of citizens living their lives and reacting to the
What?
changes. We want players to feel like they're truly occupying the world, leading their people as they thrive and grow. Core to the vision of Ara is our philosophy of rule how you want
I'm
to
so
rule.
glad that
And no feature better
I didn't have
exemplifies
it,
this
like,
than the prestige system.
This is awesome.
To win a game of Ara, players will compete with their rivals to build the most influential, impressive, and important nation the world has ever known. This is measured by prestige, the player's score that proves their worth as a leader.
The prestige system gives players the chance to decide what kind of leader they want to be. Do they want to pursue great works of arts and culture? Military might? Scientific advancement? The choice is theirs. In Ara, there are no set victory conditions. Players get to decide what is most important to them and focus and prioritize on those goals while still being able to win the game.
Personally, when I play Ara, I like to build triumphs. Triumphs are our collection of incredible monuments and architectural achievements from throughout human history. Like the Great Pyramid of Giza. They're hard to build, but
That's
worth
like
it,
in Age
giving
when you
huge
build
prestige
the
bonuses and
the-
game-changing abilities to the nation that
when
constructs
you get
them.
to the really high end, you can build
Another
your idol.
aspect of Ara that I'm personally excited about is our crafting system.
The crafting system
Right.
offers a unique challenge to
Right.
the player that they generally won't see
Sorry, I
often
took
in
me
the
a minute.
4X genre. Succeeding at balancing, gathering the right things, turning them into the tools that you need, and then finally getting to the outcome or reward of something like an important improvement or triumph.
Looks good, but
just
I have no
changes
choice
the
but to wait for the
challenge
console
that
port.
exists in Ara compared to other 4X games.
Crafting plays out
You
in
might be
Ara
able to play
at
it
a
on
national
cloud.
scale, with players honing and combining the natural resources they harvest into all manner of goods and components. Those are the foundation for everything, from international trade to improving their cities and citizens' lives, and even manufacturing the weapons necessary to draft military units. The crafting system in Ara encourages thoughtful, advanced planning. It rewards players who can see the strategic outcome of all their collective decisions, and not just the individual ones.
I'm proud of the work that's gone into our simultaneous turn system. Many strategy games have players alternate taking turns and reacting to their opponent's moves. In Ara, all players' actions are resolved at the same time. This rewards players' ability to navigate uncertainty, to predict and strategically plan for a variety of scenarios in the moment. This system makes Ara just feel more real. In a typical strategy game, once your turn is finished, you have to wait for a long time, With simultaneous turns, generally speaking, those times are very low. You get to keep playing the game and stay engaged rather than having those periods of downtime where you're not doing anything.
It's not easy sifting through all of history and picking what to include. For Aura, we wanted to offer a fresh perspective, so we looked at cultures and societies throughout the millennia with the broadest lens possible.
Where this approach really shines
We're just going
is in
nuts
our
over
leaders.
Hellblade, by the way.
Leaders are so often seen as military personnel or prominent government figures, but leaders come in so many different forms. They're thought leaders, scientific and cultural prodigies, and many more.
Each leader in Aura has a number of special abilities determined by their personality traits, as well as a powerful and unique leader trait informed by their contributions to world history.
With a diverse global roster, we know players will find leaders that they will want to play. And even a few that may surprise them with how fun it is when those leaders are handed the reins of power.
For us at Oxide, player feedback is the only way to really understand what you're making. It gives us that priceless perspective from the people we're making Aura for, you.
Building the game alongside real players has given us that critical player feedback. In the end, we believe this makes for a deeper connection between the players and the game.
One of my favorite examples is when we first introduced the concept of dangerous wildlife to the game. It turns out, in our first iteration, it was maybe a little bit too aggressive or disruptive. We knew we should probably make a change when one of our insiders made a forum post that was just,
Cougars!
Cougars! I hate cougars!
Someone get these feline demons away from me. I'm happy to report, based on more recent feedback, that I think we ended up in a good place with the overall threat level of mountain lions to a player's citizenry.
It's been years of hard work to bring you a strategy experience like no other.
I love how
and
human
we're so
it
excited
feels.
that we can finally see the finish line.
Showing the people, and it's not.
We can't wait for players to get their hands on the game later this year.
It's like
But the
super
launch of Aura
detailed
is
too, where
only
it
the
goes
beginning.
down. So
We're
like,
going to maintain our insider program
if
after
you
the release
don't
date
make sure that
and
your
continue to
food
listen to
beds
players
are
and support the
active,
game
your
into the
people will
future.
just starve
On
and
behalf
die.
of everyone at Oxide Games, thank you for joining us today. We can't wait for
You're
you to play
welcome.
Aura
Thank you.
and to create your
Wait
own
a
history.
minute. Aura's the fall game with Avowed? And where the hell is Indiana Jones landing?
Probably like right now.
Ha! No.
Oh, you mean when is it land? Sorry, I thought you meant when are they showing it. I was like, right now.
When is it landing?
Okay.
Here we go.
I'm gonna take my glasses off. My
Alright,
eyes are
Machine
hurting.
Games. It's been 5 years since we last seen you. All the music.
Yeah, I was about to say that
Hej
Lucas
och
Games.
välkommen till Uppsala,
Lucasfilm.
Sverige, här hos Machine Games. We are really
Jerk
excited to
Gustafsson.
finally
We
be able
haven't
to
seen
share
him
our
since the
work
round
on
table.
Indiana Jones. Since the first film came out, Indiana Jones has always represented the ultimate adventure. Even
Alright, we
today,
had time to
it's
see if
one
it's
of the
first
most
person or not.
iconic franchises in pop culture. In this game, you aren't just playing as Indy, you are Indiana Jones. You will see through his eyes and experience a journey that we hope
I don't
lives
like the way he
up
says
to the
that.
proud legacy of Indiana Jones. When Todd Howard first told us about his vision for the
Does
game,
that mean it's
we
first
knew
person?
we would
Yeah,
be a very
probably.
good fit
Sounds
to
like
help
it.
bring it to life.
I'm about to turn the stream
I've
off.
wanted to make an Indiana Jones game forever. I had this idea for what it would be like and the story, what Indy was going after, what period of his life it was in, what kind of arc
Hey,
he was
Red,
going to
it's
have.
your god, Todd the
and
God
as
Howard.
the years went on, I thought,
That's
who
my
would
dad.
be like the best studio in the world to make this? And it was my friends at Machine Games. I can remember pitching Lucasfilm on the game and being, a little bit nervous because, look, it's, Indiana Jones, and their response was just overwhelmingly positive, and just that excitement has bled through the whole project, and they have just been so
He is looking
trusting
cute.
and
I know,
supportive
God.
of everything
You just
that we
wanna
wanted
give
to
him
do
a
with the
little
game. It's been a long time.
He'll-
I've
he'll
been a
kiss
fan
all
of this
5
my
foot
whole
two.
life,
Exactly.
and I couldn't be more excited
Stop.
to show you what the team here has been up to. Let's take our first look at the new Indiana Jones game.
The first person.
All right, here we go.
Let me tell you what you are missing.
You're Donnie.
Jones. While you were playing your pointless game, I was playing you. You're wondering if maybe you should have built yourself a life of meaning instead of ending up here, dead and forgotten in the sense of Africa.
He looks like Ford. This film. This looks good.
First person.
First person.
History.
Oh no!
Just different ways to interpret the.
Maybe it's both. It could be both. Get back here.
No chance.
Thousands of years of humanity's thoughts and beliefs, scattered and buried.
No.
Just waiting to be found.
You can't just
Marcus.
run away from your problems, Indiana.
Watch me.
And I'm so confused.
Throughout history, mankind has built sites of great spiritual significance. If you were to draw a line through these ancient sites around the globe, you get a perfectly aligned circle.
Wait, he looks like Ford, but who's the voice? Is it actually Harrison?
No. It's a sound of
I've had run-ins
Alright,
with these
so
guys before.
it switches between first and third.
It ain't a walk in the
it.
park.
No, those are cutscenes, I think.
Let's see if you can keep up.
What do you mean if
Not when he was swinging, it wasn't.
Well, it still could be a cutscene, right?
I don't think so, but.
Patron of the fallen angels. Protector of the...
Wait,
truly mind.
that sounds like Troy Baker now that I think about it.
The Great Circle. You have any idea how old that was?
That looks so good.
The graphics look insane.
Indiana Jones is such an iconic character, and he means so much to so many people. Everyone here at the studio has their own indie stories and memories. Most of us grew up with his adventures and have been fans of the movies and the character for years. He's a brilliant archaeologist, he's a charismatic everyman, he's passionate and determined. And for us, he's synonymous with adventure.
Now we have the opportunity to tell a new Indiana Jones story for a modern gaming audience. Our game is all about putting you in Indy's shoes, letting you see and feel what he sees and feels. For us at Machine Games, we do that best through first person. It's the ideal perspective to bring you into the rich, exciting, and interactive world.
Shut the
Not according to some people.
fuck!
We believe that being
Oh my
up close
God.
and personal to the adventure.
He said
is
the
key,
exact same
making
thing that
each
CD
action
Projekt
feel
Red
like
I know, and exactly! That's why it pisses me off!
Whether it's
Oh,
cracking
shut
a
up!
whip, solving puzzles in ancient temples,
I've never
or
heard
seeing
Red this
knuckles
mad
go bloody in
before.
a fist fight. All of these moments are much more intense in first person. But we still
Yeah, tell
want you
me
to have those moments.
how much better
Seeing
I...
his iconic silhouette with the hat, the whip, and so for things like cutscenes and
It's
environmental
interesting there's no
traversal,
HUD.
We pull the camera back for a third
So they're
person
keeping
view.
it like Deus Ex. Kind of.
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is set between Raiders of the Lost Ark and The Last Crusade.
When our game begins, Indiana is working at Marshall College. He wakes up in the middle of the night to the sounds of a break-in and rushes to confront the thief in the college museum. The mysterious giant of a man makes off with what seems to be a historically insignificant artifact, sparking Indiana's curiosity.
Who the hell are you?
Following the trail, Indiana heads to the Vatican, hoping to learn why this particular relic was stolen, and discovers that things aren't what they appear.
He starts pulling at the strings of a mystery, and it all unravels until he has no choice but to see it through to the end, whatever the end may be.
On next plane to Rome. Stop. Need help. Stop. Meet me in Vatican. Stop. Indy.
We always talk about how clever Indiana Jones is. That had to be one of our guiding principles when we were thinking about the type of game we were making. It wouldn't be indie if he wasn't using his wits to get through the situation. The most authentic Indiana Jones experience we can make is the one that makes you think first.
Getting the hang of this.
Sure, there will be some obstacles that will be more easily overcome with the revolver or a gun taken from a disarmed guard. But I think most of the time you'll have more fun, and to be honest, a more genuine indie experience by finding more clever ways to solve a problem.
We always want to be offering more solutions, whether it's trying a different path through the environment to get around enemies, observing enemy patrols and using them to your advantage, or using the tools at your disposal, like the whip.
It's an amazing global adventure, with action propelling you through your journey.
We have these really diverse environments for you to explore. Indy's journey will take him to the forgotten temples of Sukhothai, the pyramids of Egypt, the snow-peaked Himalayas, and beyond.
We look carefully at each location and the time period the game is set in, and we're trying to make it as authentic and accurate as possible.
We love creating rich, vibrant worlds, and in this game, we also had the goal of making it feel like a true cinematic Indiana Jones adventure.
One of the biggest ways to do that is with the music. John Williams is the original composer for the indie films, and we're really lucky to have found Gordy Hub, a composer who's been able to capture Williams' essence with his score for The Great Circle.
Wow.
We also take a very movie-like approach to things like cinematics. We're very physical with our production style. We use a lot of stunt actors. Things like this help us bridge the gap between making a game and making a movie.
And of course, our characters do a lot to help bring the world to life as well. Next to Indy, Gina is our other main protagonist. Where Indy is pursuing answers just for the sake of curiosity, Gina has a personal stake in getting to the bottom of the core mystery.
Gina is an investigative reporter who has a lot riding on this adventure. She's been tracking a lead for some time, and now she's found an ally in this determined American professor. Their paths are intertwined, and they'll need each other in order to get to the bottom of this mystery.
Okay, then. Let's see if you can keep up.
Fight. What do you mean if I can keep up?
We always love our villains and think we might have found our favorite one yet in Emmerich Voss. He's this intensely psychological man. He's obsessed with the human mind and manipulating it.
He's highly intelligent and the perfect foil for Indy. They're both brilliant people, compelled by their passions and obsessions, but driven down wildly different roads.
He creeps up on you and gets under your skin like he gets under Indy's skin. It's captivating.
Dead and forgotten in the sense of Africa.
One of our mottos for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is adventure first. But in every indie adventure, there are always those moments where he finds himself in the action.
That's been one of those balancing acts for us, and we've ended up with this sort of hybrid experience that mixes melee combat, stealth, and gunplay.
How you approach any given situation is up to you. You may choose to sneak around an enemy patrol, or maybe you'll just pick up a shovel and whack them on the back of their head. And when you can't use your wits, you got Indy's most iconic tool. Just like you see in the movies, one of our goals has been to make the whip as fun and multi-purposed as possible. We want it integrated into every aspect of the game.
You can use it as a traversal tool to make your way around the environment. You can use it as a distraction. And yes, you can absolutely use it in combat. Everything you expect from Indy's
it is what it is.
And hopefully a little bit more.
What did he
Puzzles
say?
are a key feature in our game. The spirit of discovery
said, "Sorry,
is
Red."
so important to Indiana Jones. Obviously, there are a handful of puzzles on the main path, but a lot of the puzzles
Or
are
you
optional
don't.
and are just
Red's-
there for the players who want
That's
to
going to go to
experience them.
PlayStation since that's where all the third-person
Epic
games
traps,
are.
Small secrets, and hidden puzzles that blend right in with their surroundings.
One thing I love about our game is the level of interactivity that we have. We have this world of mystery where anything could potentially hide a secret. The more you look, the more you'll discover.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
I want to thank you all for joining us for our big reveal of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Machine Games is known for creating these roller coaster experiences with huge set pieces, surprising twists, and immersive narratives. It's exciting for us that we have been able to stay so true to the Indiana Jones franchise and create such an authentic experience while still being able to showcase what makes us us. We are making a game for everyone, whether you are very familiar with the franchise or not. Because at the heart of Indiana Jones is an incredible adventure, and I think that's something everyone wants to be part of. I'm also very excited to announce that Indiana Jones and the Great Circle will be coming later this year.
Look at Todd in the background.
Wait
Did you
to
see
share
that?
more soon.
He's picking up the...
Yeah, I saw him running to the right.
Yeah. That was great.
Feeling the thing. Later this year, so it's like everything is fall except for Hellblade.
For Hellblade, you got nothing for Q1.
There it is.
2024, period. That's
it. That's it. Only Hellblade got a date. That's just wild.
I was hoping for more.
Oh, Colin Moriarty's gonna hate this.
What are you talking about? He's gonna love this.
This is a real, yeah.
No, I'm talking about how Xbox has no
Is
dates.
it animals, children, and game developers?
It's no longer Xbox has no games, it's Xbox has no dates.
Our mission here at Ninja Theory is to craft life-changing art with game-changing tech.
I really thought Ara was going to be sooner.
Core to the vision of Ara is our philosophy of rule how you want to rule. Stay happy!
Creating an immersive experience like Avowed is anchored in the world we build.
Harry Patel's going to get a lot of hate today.
You aren't just playing as Indy, you are Indiana Jones.
My name is Masaru Oyamada. 今作はアクション RPG 聖剣伝説のアクション部分が強化されています。
Well, isn't that something? Oh, no.
All right.
Here, let me switch to this.
What is our Q game? Yeah, Monad. What is our Q1 game, Xbox?
We don't have one. They should have just said that.
I do not know.
Sorry, I'm trying to...
I can't believe it. They have nothing for Q1. They lied to us.
Okay, well, all this is wrong. I'm not Damarco, but... Anyway.
Not today.
Not today, baby. But I'll just leave it how it is because I'm sure it's going to change. Or it's going to go back to normal. So what do y'all think about that? Chat, what was your biggest... Chat, what was your biggest thing? What was your biggest thing? Let me know. Just say the name of the game that you're most excited for. That's what I want to know. Yeah. And what do you guys like, Holly? Biggest thing you're excited for?
I mean, Indy looked good. Obviously, I'm excited for that. I'm actually excited for Ara, and I know that's nothing that anybody wants to talk about, and that's okay. That's all I'll say about it. But I think that looks really cool. And I agree with everybody. What the heck? What's the Q1 game? Is it? I don't know. Like, maybe they just don't have one. Maybe they're gonna say, well, I've won a quarter, but we gave you 3 in the last quarter, so you're welcome, right? Like, there's Hellblade and then a whole bunch at the end of the year.
I mean, I guess the closest thing that they would have to be the May release with Avowed or Hellblade, yeah. Because there is the fact that there are the bigger releases that they don't have anything to do with anything, like Dragon's Dogma. That's gonna be huge, and then which I think that game's just gonna be huge anyway. So maybe they just don't want to. They don't want to put all their eggs in one chicken, or whatever the saying is.
I just don't think things were quite ready, because it is a little bit of a, like, people who play Ara are not necessarily the same crowd that's going to worry about Indiana Jones coming out within a week of it, right? Like, it's just a different thing. It's a different dynamic. But I just don't think they have anything that's quite ready for right now, which, I mean, it is what it is, I guess, right? It's a little disappointing, but
yeah, I think I guess I feel like I didn't have a whole lot of expectations. It was really deflating.
That's true too.
Yeah, it was a little deflating for me with Indiana Jones, but you know what? One thing I did say about Cyberpunk is that I always said they could have at least let you have third person in certain situations, and stuff like that. Like Deus Ex, whenever you go into cover, you go into third person. So at least they have some of that with Indy. It's like, I'll play it. I'm not gonna hate on it. It looked fun. It looked like an indie game. But whatever. That's all I can say. Other than that, it really just did not grab me. Avowed. Damarco put out a video that actually got me more excited because he was talking about the possibilities of it. I was like, dude, you actually got me really excited about Avowed. And then they showed a bunch of the gameplay finally. And then it just took me right back down, and I was like, I don't think this game's gonna be for me. It looked really slow and weird. Let me actually just be very specific. I'm not gonna say weird. That's not fair. It looked slow and like yippee kind of fantasy game. It doesn't. It's just that the tone doesn't seem to fit with what I prefer. I think really is all that it comes down to. I'm sure that it'll be fun and whatnot, but I don't think I'm gonna get into that. Facial animations did not look good. They weren't terrible, but they didn't look great. But I never care about that kind of stuff. So Avowed, yeah, I just don't think that's gonna be for me. Ara, really surprised by that. That looks really cool. Holy shit. Maybe that was my biggest. Maybe that's my most. Yeah, Ara looks really great. I'll play that on. I guess it's only on PC for now, and maybe one day it'll come. Hellblade, I think, might just be the big one, obviously for me. They said it's gonna be short and stuff, so we'll see. And that's coming in 3 months, or January, February, March, April, May. Wait, January, February, March, April, May. 4 months, yeah. So, anyway, yeah, it's good. Xbox has games. They're just not for me.
It's time for you to get a PlayStation.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I have
literally nothing in PlayStation's lineup is first person, except for their games as a service, which I know you're not going to touch.
No, it really isn't about the first person. It really isn't about.
Yeah, I know.
What is your
person gameplay of Indiana Jones, Red?
I love how you jumped in right as we're talking about that. Can you come on camera that way the thing will sort itself out? Because
in my head, I was thinking. I bet Damarco said something about Red in first person when he saw Indy.
Oh no! Actually, I don't remember
what I thought.
Oh, I'm still live. That's hysterical. All right, hold on.
Damarco messaged me. He said, "Indy first person, get fucked, Red."
Let me sort this out. I'm sorry. I'm trying.
No, you're fine.
Oh,
that is hilarious.
Did you like that, Red?
As soon as I saw the camera,
person.
No.
You
As
can
soon
go
as
back and
Yerk
see
said,
my-
it was scrumptious.
as soon as Yerk said,
He just got up
want you
and
to
walked
see-
off.
Yep. He was
As
like,
soon as
he's
Yerk
like, you
said-
will be Indiana Jones, and I was like,
you are
here we
Indiana
go.
Jones. I'm
Here
like,
we go.
here we go. First person.
Yep. But whatever.
So good, and it looked crisp. The gameplay looks. I was nervous. We said on the Renegade Realm podcast, I was nervous about that whip first-person combat. It's like playing as Batman Indiana Jones, and it was phenomenal. I loved it. I loved every second of that.
By the way, I was right on the
In
money.
first person.
Troy Baker has confirmed he's voicing Indy.
It
It's Troy
was.
Baker.
I thought there was
Who is
moments. It did sound like
It's
a
Troy, yep.
younger Harrison Ford, though, right?
Oh
Like
my
he did.
God, he is.
Yeah, he did.
Jesus Christ, that man.
He
is-
did sound like
man.
young Harrison Ford, though, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Indy
Okay.
sounded a lot
He was
like
pretty
Joel.
good.
He sounded like Joel.
I thought he
which
was
is why I
spot
thought, is this
on.
Troy Baker?
Well, that's the thing, because
And then
I
it
was
was.
listening. I was listening, and I was like, that sounds like a young. Because they used his likeness, obviously. They had, which I'm happy about. That was a very. They had to, because it is canonical. They had to.
Yep.
I'm glad that they
Yep.
did, and they nailed it from a visual perspective. And then I saw, I heard the voice, and I was like, that is young Harrison Ford, right? Because I just remember, Force is fake. I believed all that mumbo jumbo. Like, grumpy Harrison Ford, old man. Like, that's what I remember his voice as. I was like, do I remember young Harrison Ford's voice? That is what he sounded like, right? And then there were
No.
little bits and pieces where sometimes he sounded perfect, and then other times he just sounded like Troy Baker. And I was like,
Right.
I would agree with that.
that's
That I
Troy
agree
Baker.
with.
And then he would sound like young Harrison Ford. I was like, is it Troy Baker? I don't know. But there you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah,
Uh-oh.
it's funny. I can't wait to see him as Jason in GTA 6. But and
Well-
he'll sound more like Harrison Ford. No.
As much as I hate to admit it to Marco, it seems like the internet is starting to become more on Red's side when it comes to first person. A lot of people are not happy with that decision, but what do you expect? Machine Games is only done first.
Well, and it's a Todd Howard.
It
Todd
seems
Howard.
like Red is not alone on this.
Where are you seeing that?
Which
out of
I honestly
curiosity?
thought
What
he
are
would be.
people mad?
Yeah, people are mad.
Yeah, I mean, and
Why?
DeMarco, you
Brisket
missed what I was
said,
saying.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm
Go ahead.
bitterly disappointed. No one asked for
Disappointed?
first-person indie. Why?
Okay.
Yeah, well, I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
Why do the characters look like they are from the 360 days? Yeah.
The first thing that
If
I
you-
noticed was the character model, like a dude up in the face. Yeah, it did look. It didn't look the best. But what you missed me saying to Marco was that whenever I played Cyberpunk, I always said it's fine with first person if they would give us some elements of third person here and there, and they're doing that with indie. So I'm going to play it, and I'm sure it's going to be great. So I can't like sit here and be contradictory to myself when I say at least a first person game should give us elements of third person depending on the situation, and then they give it to me and then I'm still mad. No, I'm not going to be that guy. They're doing it what it reminds me of is Chronicles of Riddick, and funnily enough, that guy actually got brought up in the Xbox era podcast because that third person is you're in third person all the time in that game, and that's a mainly first person game. So I think we'll see enough of Indy to remind ourselves we're playing as Indy.
I don't know. I was thinking about it being in third person, and then I was obviously the comparison is going to be the Uncharted games, right? So I'm thinking about the Uncharted games, and then I'm thinking about the gameplay where you saw him physically in first person, interacting with the puzzles, pulling levers, doing traps, like navigating around the world, using his whip to strike at guys, getting in the fist fights, and I went, that's exactly what I was hoping for. And then you saw the moments where he does swing in third person and he was climbing in third person. So
yeah,
it was
because swinging in first person, that's going to be nauseating. That would have been nauseating. That was a good choice on their side.
It was, yeah, absolutely. Which honestly, that alone might have been one of the strong decisions why they did it that way. They were like, we can't have people
throwing up.
Yeah,
yeah.
So Xbox just confirmed that Hellblade 2 is digital only, and it's $50.
First off, great price. Second of all, fuck you.
Aura?
Hellblade 2.
Oh,
Hellblade.
really?
Digital
Okay.
only.
Digital only
$50.
release. Fuck you.
$50
$50
makes
is
me
nice.
think it's like a 3 or 4 hour, 5 hour experience.
They
said it's gonna
confirmed
be
it's the
shorter.
same length.
Same length? Okay.
Yeah, they didn't say it's
Same
going to be
length,
shorter than
8
the
to 10
first one. They
hours.
just said it's a shorter experience. Just telling newcomers probably who hadn't played the first one.
Did you like that Avowed art?
Yeah, Holly. I thought it was beautiful. Yeah.
That
and
was
Holly and Assassin
awesome.
were losing their shit about it. Yeah.
Yeah. I just.
Did you guys like Avowed?
Your
Did you
video
like what you
hyped
saw?
Red up. and
Red,
you finished it.
you and I had the same reaction because I watched it and I was like, "Oh no, I'm back to where I was." Like,
We hadn't talked
thing.
about this yet. About Damarco, this is new. I
No.
didn't know she felt this way until literally just now. Go ahead.
When
Go
you
ahead.
said that, I was like, "Oh, that's exactly how I feel too." Like,
what are you talking
and I
about?
want to
You
love
both
it,
were in
and I'm
DeMarco's
sure it's
video
gonna
saying,
be great.
eh?
You want to go ahead?
I'm sure it's gonna be great. I'm sure it's much better when you actually play it.
That's what
but
I'm
you're
hoping.
right.
You know,
it looked
DeMarco?
the combat looked kind of slow
was
and
like,
awkward.
Yeah.
But DeMarco, I'm gonna tell you something, bro.
It almost looked fish-eyed.
I think.
Kind of. Can I tell you something,
here.
DeMarco?
Let me in defense. I have one thing about that is I've become very reticent about making comments about too harshly on combat specifically in games.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because I got completely and utterly, not publicly or anything, just internally, I felt I made the fool because I was very harsh on the Hogwarts Legacy gameplay. Because I said this looks like I was watching the AI just run around like kind of stupidly, and then you actually get into the game, and the game is tough, especially when you turn the difficulties up and the AI gets smarter. And it seems they tune the difficulty to make the AI more aggressive, which is the type of difficulty I like in games. So I'm it looks sluggish, but I'm very curious if, and they had this interesting animation where like if you notice, they swung the battle axe and it would be like, ugh, like, yeah, as they were making the chops.
It's sort of like Warhammer.
Yeah, they were
Vermintide,
trying to get
Vermintide.
that feeling of impact. I know what they're
Impact,
going
yeah.
for, but as
Yeah.
far as the actual like the flow of the battles, I am curious, and I'm holding myself back from saying immediately like, oh, this like this looks bad, because I'm very curious if it's just they're trying to showcase certain things type of deal, which it very well is. They were showing the wands, they were showing the melee attacks, the spells that you do interchangeably, seamlessly.
And it might be slowed down too to just kind of provide some impact or something like that, right? For the direct. I don't know. Like, I'm just saying, like, your point, right? Like, we don't know until we actually play it. It just didn't come across like spicy or fluid in the way that you would kind of hope it would be.
Listen,
but there were heavy RPG elements, so
yeah. Listen,
there was
you're
dialogue.
entitled to your own opinion, but you're wrong, and I hate you.
but I'm not alone. I have a friend in this. So.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
see, the thing is, and what I want to say to DeMarco is, I actually have a lot more respect for you as a fellow content creator and as a gamer. The reaction where I'm seeing a lot of hatred from Avowed is ironically coming from the... I'm not sure if I should say this. You know what, I'll just go for it. A lot of the negative sentiment I'm seeing from Avowed is mainly coming from the Bethesda community. But a lot of people that have played Obsidian games, they really do like what they saw today, at least from what I'm seeing right now. Some people are just, like Red and Holly, they're just turned off by the combat. But we've seen other games come before where the combat is just... It feels different than what we see, but...
And that's totally fair. There has been so
That
many
is fair.
times. There's been so many games that I've looked at and been like, and I can't think of one right on top of my butthole, but there's been
Souls,
so many
maybe?
games. No, because I played that day one. Dark Souls blew me away because for its time it was so new and fresh.
Really?
But yeah, I just
You're
jumped
an
right
outlier
into
then.
Dark Souls. Yeah, I like fell in love with Dark because it was so different from everything else at the time. But there has been so many times where I've looked at a game and thought that's so not for me, and then I play it and I was like, God, this bites me in the ass every time where I say it's not for me, and then I play it, I'm like, I'm wrong. It's awesome. So that's what I'm hoping. So they'll be on Game Pass. They'll be able to, I'll be able to give them a try. So, but it's not. It wasn't just the combat with Avowed. It was just everything just felt like I don't know. It really is like, I don't know. I'm sure that there's dark tones to it, but whatever. I'm sorry.
The plague is a Wii type of concept? What? Killing your friends is a Wii?
It just didn't see, like, they showed us killing a bunch of monsters and stuff, and they didn't show us, like, they're like, and you have hard choices to make, and then they go show you talking to people, and then you're back to killing those same monsters again. There was no, like, things can get dark, and, like, you're killing people, which I'm sure you will be.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
They showed
It also didn't help they showed the combat during the daytime. We did not see any nighttime combat either.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say, is when they were speaking to those elements, like, I don't know, they made it an explicit point to call that thing out. They're like, look at all the different biomes, from the bright, vibrant to the dark, gloomy. And like,
right, yeah.
And then the desert.
I know they didn't emphasize it. That's just how I heard it in my head, where, like, just a gigantic marquee sign pointing at dark and, like, gray areas.
Right. Yeah, that's a really good point.
I love that. But
yeah,
what is it? They showed it. I think you're right about the monsters, right? They kind of showed these, like, bright blue, like, kind of aquatic-looking creatures or something. I'd have to go back and look at the footage, but I think they were speaking more to the environment specifically. Like, here's the environments, because we know that they're gonna have, your skellies and your more bestial creatures in there at some point. So.
Yeah, Holly.
So Bethesda just showed off the Indiana Jones and the Great Circle key art. I will share that to you guys. They really made this look like a movie.
So, my last point on, because I have some other friends debating it too on the side.
Oh,
with
I
Avowed,
see. Holy
like,
shit. Yeah. Are you seeing it? Yeah, I think we're seeing it. The same thing.
No, I don't think so yet.
I'm looking at CGN is what I'm looking at.
Oh, I'm not in that one.
Oh, okay.
But
oh man. Yeah.
They perfectly captured the aesthetic in that assassin.
So, somebody was like, "Oh, Avowed looks great," and I'm like, "Yeah." I just said, "Yeah, I kind of just feel like the combat looks a little odd. I don't know. It's Obsidian. Like, I'll give them total benefit of the doubt."
What you said was odd, and I said weird. I don't know how to describe what I'm seeing. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yeah.
Well, anyway, so I just was like, and they were like, Avowed might not be for you. They're like, it looks floaty like Elder Scrolls, and I was like,
like
okay.
ESO kind of
yeah,
floaty too. Yeah.
And then I just like wrote, like, I love Obsidian. I feel like I know I'm gonna love this game, but it's just that the trailers are not scratching an itch or connecting, but it doesn't mean that the game won't.
Right.
It's just,
Well, did you ever do a melee build in Outer Worlds?
Yes.
Okay, how?
I love Outer Worlds. Everything about Outer
like,
Worlds,
if you did a melee playthrough, how did you like that part of it?
It was a little awkward, right? But it was fine. Like, I like Outer Worlds. I like how it plays. I have no issues with how it plays.
And it's got the dark tone too, and the gore.
And it's funny.
Yeah, so
it's got
used that exact combat system but put it in fantasy world, like, does that just like?
That's fine.
Resonate as much?
It just, yeah, I just think it just doesn't show the
thing.
best.
It might be a feel.
It doesn't, right? It doesn't show the best, but when you play, it's different, right?
Gotcha.
Now wait, now Holly, now do you feel the same way when it came to everything that they showed in terms of combat? Because I know when it came to the sword and shield, the three of us were kind of iffy when it.
No, I thought that was really
shown,
cool.
but
I thought it was cool they had two-handed.
What about the guns and the wand? What did you guys think about that? Because dual wand wielding seems like it's going to be my cup of tea. That was a lot of fun where he's just spamming ice spells.
Yeah.
Continuously.
Oh,
that looks awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like first-person Harry Potter. I'm like, that actually looks a lot of fun.
Yeah, Chris Harris says Avowed looks good. I like the runes that show up in the ground. So, yeah, and there are cool. I mean, I don't hate anything that I saw. It's just that
you're just not sure.
I'm just not sure. I mean, and that's just with anything. I'm going to play everything that we saw today, and especially Avowed, because I'm a huge fantasy dude. Like, I love that genre. I'm big into that. So I'd be giving it a disservice judging it and then not trying it. I'd rather judge it and then say, I can play it on game, but yeah, I'm going to play it. I'm going to try it, and hopefully I'm wrong. But I just got to feel it, you know what I mean? Like in Outer Worlds is something that I actually need to go back to. I don't think I was in the right mood to play it years ago. I need to go back to that. But I'm a huge fantasy dude. Exactly, Jonas. But anyway, is that all for Avowed? Well, Damarco, you loved it, right? So you didn't even say.
Dude, listen, it was what I expected, and I'm happy that to me, I was looking at it, it seems like they tweaked the visual style. They had, I think originally they were going to go for the more, like, almost Pixar-ish look, and seeing that gameplay footage, they pivoted. They went, nope, we're going to do a little bit, we're going to go more realistic with it. Not hyper-realistic, but more realistic, and there's, like, certain shots where they have the mountainsides in the desert, and you see the way the lighting, and to me, the visual difference, but without seeing them side by side, to me the visual difference almost looks like Unreal 4, and then they just ported the game to Unreal 5, and like it was much more impressive from a visual level. The gameplay was what I expected, like the combat parts of it. I wanted to see more because I think you guys are both right. I don't think it really, what they did show did necessarily the combat complete justice, but again, as I said, I'm more reticent to be like, combat looks crappy because I completely fooled myself with Hogwarts Legacy. So even then, I also look at the different systems that are there, and this is why maybe I'm a bit more inclined to say I am so excited for Avowed, because it's doing, as far as the combat systems, everything I have wanted to see in Elder Scrolls for years. Being able to seamlessly cast spells while you have a sword and shield out, and you like map it to a button, and then they're wrapping this guy in vines, immediately pull their shield bash towards the guy, so you have actual melee abilities instead of just swinging your sword around. I love the fact that they have firearms in it to kind of set it apart to more of a steampunk feel. I love the different variety of biomes that they're going for. I also really do like the KOTOR style map, because I think that lends itself really well. And I said in my preview of, or my interpretation of Avowed videos, where I wanted to kind of, if anything was taken from Elder Scrolls, I want the dungeon part of it, right? Where in Elder Scrolls, you could go to the dungeons, have this little micro story that takes place completely inconsequential to the rest of the game, but you walk away with a solid memory of just this really incredibly done dungeon with its own story that's tied specifically to that location. So I hope that gets pulled over. And then the questing, the one thing that resonated well with me with that part of it, they didn't really dive into it. They're like, yeah, there's consequences to it, which we know is going to come from an Obsidian game. What I will say is it does follow Tim Kane's philosophy, who's no longer there, but it does, what they were saying followed a lot of Tim Kane's philosophies in that, you'll do the quest and then you return to town and then you see the results of that quest and what happened because of the decision you made here. And that is, I listen to that and I just go, yes, that is music to my little gamer boy ears. It is an absolute delight to the senses, because a lot of games have missed that part of it. They're like, yeah, now look, the guy's in prison, haha, consequence. And you're like, that's not consequence. Like, that's gone. That's out of my mind. It's out of memory, out of sight, out of mind. So anyway, I loved that about it. It looks cool to me. I like the wands. Like Assassin said, I like that. And I like that there's more. Yeah. I like that there's more gameplay. This is the last thing I'll say, but there's more gameplay centered around. See, I'm like a child. I'm like a little baby boy talking about this game. Indiana Jones, ending on Indiana Jones was the right thing. But what is it? I love that there was more kind of area control type abilities as well, because I think that especially we saw in the initial trailer, here's the one thing, we saw in the initial trailer where the character was just surrounded by an army of skeletons. And if they're getting that many enemies on screen, and then you're freezing this one, wrapping that one in vines, shooting a bow at this guy, pulling out your pistol and blasting the other dude, using a shield charge to get into combat, and then pulling it, I don't know if you could really do well if you're that spread across powers, but you get what I'm saying, right? That dynamic level of combat, that I think can get a lot of fun, especially with the AI not just charging in with more health, but there's support AI characters that are healing their friends, so you got to make sure you go for the healer and the spellcaster, because that makes more interesting difficulty than just what Bethesda does. And I love Bethesda games, but what Bethesda does and says, he has more health now and his armor is higher, go fight him. and they do more damage to you, and that's the way they do difficulty. So I don't know.
Right.
It spoke to me on a lot of different levels. From a systems level, it spoke to me.
Yeah, I don't.
I'll shut up.
No, I'm glad that you're excited, man. I mean, like your video was great, and it really, I meant it when I said you actually got me really excited about it. I was like, the possibilities are really intriguing and interesting. So we'll just have to see. At this point, we'll just have to see. I just hope that I'm so wrong about it. It seems a little light for me in terms of the tone, because then it's you don't. I think we'll have to come back to this whenever I can formulate my opinion. Anyway. So
I'm gonna go bounce off and work on some stuff. I have my real job I put off, and also I want to start talking about Indiana Jones. So, but anyway.
Okay. So are you leaving? Or are you?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Okay, so you don't want to talk about Indiana Jones with us. That's fine.
I do want to talk about Indiana Jones. I just have to do it later.
Okay, that's
well,
fine.
It's Thursday, so are we playing tonight or no?
Oh, I forgot
Indiana
about that.
Jones? No, I'm not playing. Do you have Indiana Jones?
Did you playing on cloud?
Chicken didn't listen to my question, did he?
Who didn't?
I said it's Thursday, Damarco. Like, are we playing together as a group tonight, or are we putting it off?
Let me see. There's a lot of pressure. I'm sorry. Let me see.
No, it's okay. I know you guys had to work on it. We'll play it by ear.
Go do your stuff.
All right. See you,
Bye.
He did the thing.
Jesus.
Yeah. I know. He did the thing.
Anyway, chat. There's a lot to talk about. You know what? If you guys wanted to hold all of our thoughts to let them simmer a little bit, we can. I'll say Aura, very excited for that. Indie, it looks very good for an indie. Tonally, looks very good for an indie game. In Indiana Jones game, not just a indie game. So that's what I'll say. I don't know.
Look, Red, I will tell you, I do feel like I feel like it's unfortunate that it's not at least both, because I do think Xbox needs some third party. No, they need some third person games, and it would be nice if you at least had the option to go back and forth and see what works for you, which you would probably fight through third person whether it worked well or not. But
yeah.
Yep. but at least the cutscenes, at least the cutscenes and stuff, or at least it's doing this hybrid thing, right?
Yeah,
but
exactly. Yeah.
To be fair, on the third,
just wear your sunnies
person?
while you play the game. What are sunnies?
Sunglasses in Australian.
Oh, okay, got you.
Wow.
Gotcha. Sorry, that's what I'll do.
I will say, when it comes to the third-person games, Holly, we do have a lot of third-person games coming. We have Fable, Hellblade, South of Midnight, Gears of War, Hi-Fi Rush was a good one that we got last year. There are third-person games coming, and Blade too. But I do agree.
I
think we should have had we should have had a choice between first and third for indie, at the very least.
Yes, Jonas.
Man. Gears, baby, gobbles. Gears. Like Gears? What are you saying Gears for, Vidani? I'm confused.
It'll be third. This is the third person game he's talking about.
What?
Gears
of War.
Well,
it's always third person.
It's always third person. Who said that?
Yeah, I was listening. Listing off the third person
about
games.
lack of third person games.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna sneeze. So.
Bless you.
Other than that,
bless you.
Thank you. Other than that, so Aura, we all like Aura.
It was okay.
Okay. That really surprised me. Also, I'm gonna sneeze again.
Mana.
That's all.
Visions of Mana.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, this is why I have no faith in the Xbox community to support Japanese games, because the games we do get is the type of games that they don't like. It's like,
did it say
why
Game Pass on
bother?
the end?
It did not, but there apparently is, I wouldn't say rumor, but speculation that it is coming to Game Pass sometime in the summer. Which honestly makes sense. If they want to build an audience for the Mono series, they have to put it where Xbox gamers will actually download it and play it, and they can't have it if there is a spending, or not spend, if there's a financial barrier in the way. Because I'm assuming they're going to put it at $70.
Yeah.
Hey, Jonas.
I'm sure it's full price.
Hello. I was just watching the stream. I saw your avatar was spread across 2 screens, and I gotta fill that in, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was about to say, this is awkward.
We're all playing musical chairs on the name tile because actually matched
That's
up
why
with-
I'm not even gonna bother changing it. Everyone who's here, this is Jonas. It's not Assassin. ThatBlueNumber is now Assassin, and Red Wolf is the Blue Wolf, or the Blue Wolf.
Red
is
Wolf.
The blue.
I'm Red
Yeah.
Wolf.
Oh, is that my theme song? Yeah, I was like, I don't think I sound like that. Jonas, did you? First of all, it's good to see you and hear you.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah, this is good. It's late for you. It's like 10:30.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. What? So, how much did you hate Avowed?
Making uploaded questions. Yeah, no,
That's on the hate.
I'm not hating on Avowed. I'm sort of intrigued and sort of not, if that makes sense. It's I'm not totally sold on it yet. I don't think the animation is sort of, it seems kind of clunky to me. I don't know if that's a style they're going for with the way that looks, or if it's something they need to work out.
Did you tell Damarco that?
Yeah, we all agree, Jonas. That's sort of the consensus that Holly and I, and I guess I'm not going to speak for Assassin. I think Assassin might agree with that too. Looks a little slow and clunky, yeah. Clunkily.
Yeah, but that's like from a technical standpoint, and I can get around that if the world is interesting, the story is cool, and the gameplay feels better than it looks, you know. So
yeah,
I need to see more of it, I guess.
Yeah, man. Which is totally fair. I think that's sort of how I feel too. It's like I saw it and I was like,
I've been playing Skyrim for a decade, and that's floaty as shit. So
yeah, exactly. It's not like necessarily more responsive, but I think that is to your testament. That is what I mean when I say that you can look at something and not feel. You gotta
Right.
feel it. You gotta feel it. So I don't know. Maybe the people were just swinging slowly, like Holly was saying. They're just playing it slowly to show. I don't know, but as far as so anyway, so we all hate Avowed. So there's that. Indy. So Indiana Jones. Let's just
Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones.
Indiana-
Yes. Oh my god, I love
Indiana
that guy.
Jones.
Is his name Yerk? Is it Yerk?
I didn't catch his name.
I think it is Yerk. Yerk Gustafsson.
Okay, because it's literally spelled jerk, and I was like, I'm not gonna do that. So I didn't want to be, you know me.
Swedes, man.
Yeah.
You want to be a yurt?
What a yerk, man. Yerk and Jonas around with this. Anyway, so or Jones, sorry.
Yeah, Indiana Jonas.
Oh, I
Yerkin-
can't wait to see the reactions to the direct. One thing I love about showcases like this, I get to watch the showcase, but then the best part is seeing the rest of the industry and community react to it.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of people like posting their reactions to Indy on Twitter. It's Indiana Jones is definitely the highlight of the show, just like Xbox wanted it to be.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's
I
good.
mean, it's the biggest, you know.
Yeah,
very
it's the most
well-liked
it's a.
How
I'm sorry, I
dare
didn't mean
you,
to
Holly?
interrupt.
Like Hellblade 2 is the one that should be it.
Yeah.
Dude, that looks amazing, just visually speaking.
It looks amazing. Yeah, I totally agree. It was just like we saw that already.
Just want to ask you
Hellblade.
one question. Go ahead, Red.
I was just gonna say we saw that already. It was kind of exactly what Holly and I were talking. Like, please don't do this, and then they did it. They showed more of it. They showed you actually walking around again. I don't know. It was just more Hellblade, and I'm like, cool. Here, okay. I know what the game is like. I don't know. I don't know
More
what
characters,
the thing is,
new
I don't know what they
enemies,
could have
new
shown. I don't know what
eyes.
they could have shown to make me go, oh, that's what I've been waiting for.
Right, because you've already seen the first one, and we basically know sort of what to expect already because they have showed some before. I think they need to make a show and remind people of the game and like, hey, it's coming. It's still looking
real.
good.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I have nothing bad to say about Hellblade. It looks amazing. It's just that I wasn't like Hellblade, brothers. So anyway, I don't know if you all agree on that. Holly, what do you think?
You know what I wish they would have done? Like, they sort of probably had an idea of the time window of when this was going to come out. I wish they'd done it a little more, like, hyper-focused each time they showed it. Like, this time we're only going to show you combat and the recording of the stunt thing, right? Like, that's all we're going to show you. And then the next time we're going to show you how we made the music and the ambiance, right? Like, and then the next time I've been to Iceland. I friggin' love that place. And like,
oh man, I'm
you know,
jealous.
it's amazing, right? And they went out and like they just showed like half little second blurbs of where they actually went out to like film some of the stuff, and I was like, no, I want to see more of like the parts of where you went to go do some of this, right? Like, show that. I've been there. I want to see it and then be like, yes, that's it, right? Like that kind of thing. I wish it maybe kind of done something like that, but otherwise, Brett, I'm exactly with you, right? Like, I don't know what you could have shown me that it would have made me not feel like, okay, enough already. Just give me a date and I'll just wait, right? Like, that spot could have been given to a different game, because nothing's going to change my mind about the fact that, yes, of course, I'm going to play Hellblade when it comes out. Just give me a date. You don't need to spend the money on the production for this. Go show me something else that you're coming.
I guess it's more
is
to
the type
show
of
the
game.
Sorry, go on.
But I was just gonna say, Hellblade 2 it's the one game in Xbox's lineup where everybody that has seen it, that you know, that we all, it's the game where we all are saying, you don't have to show us anymore. We're gonna play it. Just give us a date, maybe like a 1-2 minute trailer with more gameplay. At the end of it, there's the date, and then just leave it alone. I do agree that maybe if they hadn't shown Hellblade 2 at the Game Awards, then you could make an argument like, hey, this was a good choice. But at the same time, they already showed it at the Game Awards. So because of that, I do agree that Hellblade 2 should have just maybe got like a release date trailer late before the show even started, and maybe put something else in for Hellblade 2. Maybe something later this year, like maybe Towerborn would have been a better choice, because we have only seen one trailer of that game, and that's a game that apparently people that have played it are saying, this is a game you need to keep your eye on. This is actually a lot better than it seems. But if we don't have it in a direct, because it is Xbox published, you're not going to get more people to notice that game. So I just now that I'm thinking it over, Hellblade 2 seems like a very weird choice to have in this showcase.
It's the last time before it comes out, so it makes sense.
Yeah, we're not going to see it at another showcase. No partner preview. No, we're not going to see it in June. It's going to be out by then.
I think it makes sense to have
just...
it there. Just in terms of, it would be kind of weird if it didn't show up, if that makes sense. Just because it is an upcoming game. It's one of the most anticipated and big upcoming releases from them. So it's like, wait, what? Why would that be like not showing up?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that would be kind of. And I think it's kind of cool that they spent the spot just sort of giving a behind the scenes and celebrating the people making it. So, yeah.
Yeah. Plus, we did learn some new things. We've seen the combat again, a different section of it. You did learn more about new enemies, about new allies, something that the first game did not have. It was just you and the enemies and whatever apparitions that Senua's mind was showing you, but we're actually having more characters to know and to bond with. More enemies that we're like, okay, what's the main goal here? Or, because we only got a vague description of what the plot was, but now we know that she's going to Iceland to get... I'm not sure if it's revenge or to just stop the Vikings from doing what they have been doing. Pillaging and looting the villages they've been destroying.
Killing her people.
Yeah, because we didn't have human enemies in the first game. It was just whatever spirits or mental...
Demons.
Visages. Yeah, mental demons that her mind was making, so that's something new. At least we learned about the game, but... Yeah... Honestly, I would have rather preferred the Gears collection instead. At least then we'd be like, okay, we know it's real, it's coming maybe this year? Yeah. I don't know how much more I could say than... We were all already gonna play Hellblade 2. We didn't have to see more of it, but...
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, was there anything else... I keep saying indie and I keep forgetting. Sorry, it's been a long day. That's why I keep putting my sunglasses on, because I got blown in the face by a cold wind all day today, and it was so fun. My eyes are like... Indie? That's a game. Jonas?
Yeah.
It's a game.
Indie Jonas, yeah.
Indie Jonas?
Indie Jonas.
Indiana Jonas? Indiana Jonas. I love it.
Indiana Jonas.
That's gonna be my Halloween costume this year.
Oh my god, I love it. Just, the whole costume, everything, but just long hair. You're like, whatever, man.
So maybe I can.
I was actually talking to Arcane last night, and I was telling him, when I got ready for work my first day of job, I was looking in the mirror, and my hair was a mess, and so was my beard, and I looked at it, and I was like, wait a minute. I look like the Mexican Alan Wake. If I just put the bangs in front of my eyes, just straighten my beard a little bit, like, yeah.
Which everyone can look forward to in the coming episodes of the Renegade Realm Podcast 2024.
No. Jonas, I have one question for you.
Shoot.
Uh-oh.
Were you just as surprised as we were when Square Enix popped up?
Not. That's. I don't know, because I didn't see your reaction, so I can't really compare. But I wasn't.
We
really
were surprised.
I wasn't really surprised. I didn't go in with any expectations, and I know they've been wanting to bring more from them into the ecosystem. So, yeah.
I honestly did not expect Square Enix to show up for this developer direct, because we were debating this before the direct even happened last week. Like, there was going to be no third party here, but Red, you were right. They're showing third party stuff, but I was right too. It was not Stalker 2. Just surprising.
Yeah, the Stalker 2, interesting. And I think that's still just going to be a very sensitive case because of what's going on there. And so them just saying, hey, here's a release date, and they called it the final release date trailer. Was there a trailer? I just remember them saying, was it an actual trailer?
Yes. It was a trailer. So what happened in the trailer was you join a bonfire, you're sipping I don't know, Chernobyl tea for all I know. And then at the very end, it just shows the date, September 5th.
Okay.
Final release date. Apparently, it's not going to be delayed again, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was.
Okay. Yeah, that was the one thing that, because that's like my most anticipated game besides Dragon's Dogma, because I love the Stalker. I haven't played a whole lot of it, but I've watched it so much over the years, like watch players modded gameplay of it, and the survival element is so. It's such a unique. It's like everything that I want out of a open world survival, post-apocalyptic game. And guess what? It's third person or first person. But it does have enough elements there that I really love. I can't wait. Like eating and sleeping and radiation and wounds and stuff like that.
All the good stuff.
All that good stuff, man. Yeah. And Jonas, you're a PC guy. Do you ever get into Stalker?
No, I haven't. But I do have a friend who's really into it.
Yeah, it's a good. I mean, overall, the showcase was. It was Starfield. Yeah, Holly. It was a 7 out of 10. It was Starfield level. It was alright. It was alright. Yeah. So I don't know. Any other thoughts on the showcase overall? Sorry, I'm like losing consciousness essentially.
We need to wrap this thing up.
Yeah,
wrap it up.
Jonas, we need to get you on more, man. Because we love you and we don't get to hang out a lot. I know you're 6 hour time difference, so it's hard to do. So by the time that you jump on and then the show ends, it's like 1 a.m. in the morning, or 2 a.m. technically. If we jump on 6, so so 6 would be be 2 a.m.
It's hard to work
it'd be
around.
1 o'clock in the morning for him. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll figure something out. Get you on more.
We'll figure it out.
But thank you and everyone in chat. Jonas is the creator of this whole what you see here. So we couldn't be as beautiful as we are right now without him. So thank you again, Jonas, and I owe you a check. Still. So,
no problem.
Anyway, yeah. Anyway, Holly, where can people find you if anyone decides to watch this far?
After the brakes have fallen off and you're still here, you can go find me at ThatBlueNumber on Twitters and all the gaming platforms. That's it.
There we go.
Thanks for watching.
Yes, thanks for hanging out, everyone. It really means a lot. It's this is exactly what I wanted, as far as just getting here just in time to do this. Assassin, you got anything coming up, man? Who are you?
Well, let's see. So, little update on my YouTube channel. I'm gonna stop doing the channel, but I am going to start streaming a bit more. I've decided to not stream on Tuesdays, which, you know, the podcast is when that happens, so I hate to just dip and run. That's why I'm not doing it then, but every day I'm going to be streaming something. At least I just got done finishing Alan Wake last night, so Prince of Persia tonight is what I'm going to be doing if we're not playing together. Yeah. And, well, you can find me on Twitter at Assassin Entertainment. Red. Never mind. Or you can find me on Twitch at Assassin52. He knows what I was about to say.
He was about to be like, fuck you, really. That's what I expected. Yadani says, streamer without a face. Well, like I said, Yadani, he's coming on camera soon, so...
no, I'm not.
Give the people what they want. Give the people what they want.
Yeah, so...
What?
Well,
No.
it'll be good. And shout out to Arcane in chat. I didn't say... I said hello, kind of.
Hey.
Huh?
I said, hey.
Oh.
It's Arcane.
For some reason, I thought that was a soundbite.
We love Arcane.
I was like, that sounded really crisp. I thought it was just a soundbite. Hey.
Wait.
Hey.
What? Raymond, Stalker 2 not a timed exclusive? What?
Yeah, so...
I thought it was.
No, so this is what I was saying in chat the other night when I was high on NyQuil. Or I don't even know if that was the same day, but the devs pretty much came out and said we don't have any plans for PlayStation. So things obviously have changed internally. They also said that Microsoft is the one that has supported them throughout this whole thing, funded not only them but the development of the game, and just helped them all the way through it, and just the game wouldn't be coming out if it wasn't for them. But they
at
were
this
like,
point,
no,
just
no
acquire
PlayStation.
GSC Game World at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking that, and I know a lot of people are saying like it's a little rough behind the scenes. That was almost a year ago, from the people who saw behind the scenes of Stalker. So I don't know, but we'll see.
Send
see.
you updated
DeMarco?
links, Red.
Marco,
Marco.
he's in chat. He said I did the wave. The wave. I don't know what that means. Jonas
The wave.
replacing me. Oh, I see. I'm sorry. Oh, do the wave. Okay, gotcha. Jonas has
And
to
we
come
love
on
you for
camera.
What?
I said you had to come on camera so we can do the wave.
Yeah, my camera isn't set up right now.
Okay, so you're naked is what you mean. That's fine. Where can people find you? Do you want people to find you?
People
He's
can
sitting
find
on the
me
chair.
in Norway if you come looking.
Okay,
He's just
Norway,
on the toilet.
Yeah, he's just sitting there on his phone
The
like,
fly-
sorry.
Squatting beak.
Squatting beak. Where's the beak? I don't want to know.
You don't know. You're too old to understand that reference.
All right. Well, that's a first. Usually it's "you too young," which is what I get all the time. All right. Anyway, well, that's great. All right. Thank you, everyone. Damarco, you're fired. You can't fire me if I quit. All right, guys.
It's an
See
actual
you
job.
guys. Yeah. We'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Yeah.